Look, in 1991, there was an it girl who took Australia by storm. You couldn't turn on the radio without hearing her #1 hit, Read My Lips. Her name was Melissa Tkautz.
Well, Melissa got a big break on the biggest show at the time. It was hip, it was sexy, it was E Street.
We took our first walk down E Street in 1989. The road was paved with stars in the making. Tony Martin, Alyssa Jane Cook, Simon Baker, Bruce Samazan, Melissa Bell and Marcus Graham were just a few. They all lived in the tough inner city suburb of Westside.
And you're a bad boy, Stephen. You're a very bad boy.
Patchett's was the local pub, a place where you'd run into the hip, Levi-wearing Reverend Bob.
You should loosen up a bit, Rev. I mean, I know life sucks, but not every day.
Spunky wheelchair-bound rocker Wheels.
Here I am.
And a posse of trendy teenagers or troubled 20-somethings.
Loosen up, Harley. This is supposed to be fun, remember?
It was gritty urban drama with a twist. Nowhere else on telly could you find a bumbling police officer who'd later turn into a werewolf or a bandana-clad busking mute who would miraculously start to speak again.
Hold on to your socks, Reverend.
As for the blind homeboy who regained his eyesight at the altar,
I can see.
It's a miracle, all right?
that was pure E Street.
I'm supposed to do that too. Let's get on with it.
It was an ordinary snapshot of Australian society, wasn't it?
Really?
From E Street, would you please welcome Melissa Tkautz, Alyssa Jane Cook, Melissa Bell, Bruce Samazan, and our biggest hunk in West Side, Wheels, Marcus Graham.
Smooth move, I like that. Welcome, lovely to see all of you. Marcus, we'll start with you. Tell us about gaining the role of Wheels for a fresh-faced actor straight out of drama school. Was it a big break?
It was very exciting for me because I'd never seen a camera before. And I think I probably took myself pretty seriously as an actor when I first got out of drama school. I probably still do now a bit. But so to me, you know, it was kind of like, oh, it's great, you know, this great role, a guy in a wheelchair. So, you know, it was exciting for me.
AJ, E Street was young, it was sexy, it was hip, and one of the big romances was between your character, Lisa, and Wheels.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about the bathtub scene.
Oh, let's get right into that bathtub scene.
Let's get into the suds of it all.
I'd never done anything like that before in my life, had no concept of what a sex scene was all about on television, you know? And clothes set right. What does that mean? It means that nearly the whole world is watching. I mean, the best thing for me, I guess, the perk in all of this was that, you know, I was in the bath with Marcus.
Wow.
And, you know all of that stuff.
Nothing happened under the suds.
We can't...
No, they had beautiful
It's actually really
music.
nice to act in a bath.
It was.
Because you're so relaxed. You just sit there and go, oh, whatever.
You might have been. I was the one on top.
It was very funky, very funky. Melissa Bell playing Bonnie must have been like playing dress-ups.
It was. The wardrobe and, you know, save the world and the environment, this naughty teenager, and lucky I've grown up now.
Oh, no. And today we get used to stars and these soapies going into the music industry, but really E Street, for you, set the trend, didn't it? It was the first to do it. You had two huge hits. Yeah. How did all that come about?
Basically, Forrest just asked me to come up to his office one day and said, how would you feel about releasing a single? And I thought, yeah, that sounds like fun. And the next minute, I was on set, you know, shooting a film clip. So it just happened.
That was bizarre.
Happened really, really quickly. It was very music orientated, wasn't it?
The whole, the backing tracks and everything.
You did a song too, Bruce?
Yeah.
I did, yes.
No, Bruce, that was a huge hit, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, look
what was it called again?
It was called One of a Kind, and that's exactly what it was, Koshy. Okay, never to be done again, I can tell you, okay? So, yeah.
And when you two weren't singing, you were kissing.
Yes.
Well, there was a lot of that going on. Yeah.
The first kiss between you guys,
You're not going to show us it. Please don't.
Yep.
Let's have a look. Just run us through it. Were you nervous at the time?
I was petrified. I was absolutely petrified. Oh,
really?
dear.
Why?
Bruce?
It was...
Why?
It was...
You get to kiss Bruce.
Yeah, it was very awkward at the time because, you know, Melissa was very shy. She was a schoolgirl. She was a baby.
I'd never kissed a boy before.
And, you know,
when
we're being told to do these things.
How
I was just as uncomfortable as Melissa was, I can tell you that. And
What, you'd never kissed a girl?
Oh, no, I'd kissed plenty at that time, but I hadn't kissed 16.
Melissa, you hadn't kissed a boy.
I was very young and girl next door, and then all of a sudden I'm wearing tight clothes and leather jackets and I'm kissing, you know, and it was growing up in the public eye, you know, on a very popular show.
Bruce, you provided the comic relief, Constable Max.
Yes.
Let's take a look at your first appearance.
You got a mother? Why? I'd like to phone her to come and collect you. You're obviously not as old as you look.
19? Right. I'm a cop.
Right.
I'm going to work here.
I think I better phone a doctor instead.
Oh, did you have fun?
Yeah, a long time ago. Wow.
And that was your first scene?
That was my very, very first scene. I was a little bit like Marcus, you know, straight out of drama school, and then the journey began from there.
It's surreal.
But it's a huge journey, because in 1992 you won a silver Logie, and the fame was enormous. What was that like, coping with it all?
Oh, look, it was very daunting at first, but at the same token, it was a lot of fun. I was young and had a lot of energy, and these things just kept coming at me at 100 mile an hour, and I think they kept coming at a lot of us.
Most of you really haven't changed all that much, but our next guest probably has the most, one could say. You might have known her as cute Claire Fielding.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Ghost who? Goes to show you there's no such thing. There is.
Oh, wasn't she cute? All the way from Los Angeles, please welcome Brooke Mikey Anderson. You were 7 years of age. Did you look up to these guys?
Oh, totally. I mean, you know, literally too.
It's weird because you're like a completely different person.
I know. I was like, guys, stand up and look you in the eye. I was going to say, you know, particularly because we had some great scenes together, and a whole lot of the teenagers used to be really envious of my scenes with you, and I never understood why. I figured it was
Obviously worked it out now.
Yeah. But now, I was going to... Is there a Harley out the back? Because I'll so totally come for a ride now.
Is that the line, was it? Oh. And we saw you on Lost just recently.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool.
Tell us about the role.
Lost was great. I got to shoot in Hawaii for 12 days, and I was only working 2. It was a small role, but a cool role.
You're based in Hollywood full-time now, in LA.
Pretty much living there.
Is it good?
It is. It's good. You know, I've been focusing on writing, producing, and directing, so I'm producing a film at the moment. But still acting.
Right.
I keep wanting to look at these guys.
Oh, we'll have to let you catch up afterwards. Now, that we were talking about the werewolf and all the different roles, and the thing with E Street was it often pushed the boundaries of belief, but there was one character who really took the cake. Now, he was the nice guy karate instructor who had a dangerous split personality.
It's all right, Stephen. There's nothing to be frightened of. We're not going to hurt you. All we want to do is have a chat. Come on now. Come with us.
Mummy.
It's all right. Your mummy wants you to come with us. She wants you to be a good boy. Mummy wants you to tell us everything. Don't you? Don't you, Mummy?
Please welcome live via satellite from New York City, Mr. Bad, otherwise known as Vince Martin.
Good morning, Australia. Good morning, Australia.
Look, now, Vince, tell us, you've been living in New York for quite a while, but take us back to your E Street days. What was it like being the baddie?
Well, the bad roles are always the best roles to play, I guess, but this was certainly a bad role. The thing about me doing E Street, I only did it for 8 weeks. And then I had my head blown off or something, or my face blown off, and then I employed another actor and put a bag over his head, and the whole thing continued on without me.
I've got to ask you one story in particular, though. I understand you had a bit of an experience driving home one night after filming, playing Mr. Bad, and you stopped at a petrol station.
We finished late, so I'm putting petrol in my car, and I noticed other people just staring at me, and I think, oh, well, I guess they know me from the show. But then I thought, no, they're really, really staring at me. And I saw my reflection in the window, and I still had my black and silver paint on. So there was Mr. Bad, calmly in the evening putting gas in his car. Hey, what's up? Yeah. There you go, with the black and silver paint on.
It's great to see you all, and speaking of that, we've got to give a clue for our mystery guest. If you just
could you maybe
pass those along, if you'd like to help us with the first clue. Now, if you'd like to
fresh smelling gum leaves,
give us a go in terms of whistling.
Oh, whistling.
The whistle. Come on, you guys.
Well,
give it a go.
We blow and try.
You've acted with mutes. You've played serial psycho killers.
I can do it. I can do it. I know I can.
Let's go on. Go. Okay.
It's really hard to do.
Hang on. Here we go. Here we go. Follow me. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That was amazing! How did you do that?
Ladies and gentlemen, please take the cast from Main Street.